Automatic editing. Ooh, ooh, yes. I love hearing your voice. How is Are we recording?
We're recording, but I'm going to clap first if you don't mind, folks.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's about as far as those are going to go. So why don't you go ahead and push your little seat in? Maybe we could have call that guy from Alinea up and have him push your seat in every time you get up. That was fucking crazy.
Uno, dos, tres.
She only said it in Spanish because Harry's in the room sleeping. That's
Well,
the
I wanted him to be able to
only
understand
reason.
that we were recording.
Libbie thinks she's Latinx, and it's crazy.
Thanks. I am.
Oh, man. So the setup that we have today is in the Hyatt Lodge in Oak Brook, which is what as my times as an outdoorsman traveler, I would say this hotel is closest to like the national park hotels that I've been to.
Really?
Yes, because they're always wooded. They're huge because they're trying to pack as many fuckers in. So the NPS, that's a slang for National Park Service.
Oh.
So didn't want to hit you with some facts.
This early in the morning?
Know. Oh, yeah.
Oh, who's that guy?
Harry just rolled over and Libbie literally just got
I nutted.
audibly horny.
I nutted.
She goes, ooh, who's that guy? I don't know. I hope we know him.
Well, you know me. I just like banging strangers in the night.
Banging strangers in the night.
Banging strangers. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what, folks? Love banging strangers in the middle of the night.
Oh, God,
It went off.
I love that song.
It's so incredible.
I mean, like, it's kind of got to become a new, because we played at the beginning of all these road ones. Everyone's going to become used to it.
It's a thing that's already in the mixer when you get it. So there's another podcaster that uses it, and I cannot think of his name. He's a famous guy. But he uses it as his theme song.
To use that song as your theme song is incredible. And I would like to find out who that is so we can let them know, hey, the joy you feel when you crank that fucking song, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Shout off in the comments if you know that guy's name. He's an actor, a comedic actor.
Okay.
Been in many
Rudd.
films. No.
Deadpool. Just kidding. That's a character Ryan
I was
Reynolds
like,
played.
isn't that a movie?
Yeah. Play it again. It's so good.
Yeah. Woo! Ooh, yeah, yeah. Let me see that booty hole. Ay, 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 ay. It just keeps going.
Oh,
Right when you think it should stop, it keeps going. It's not on a loop. This is a full thing.
a full 3 minute and 40-second song.
I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, we're driving in the streets of Chicago.
Ooh, yeah. Driving in the streets of Chicago. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, we heard the end of it.
That was it.
I've never heard the end of it.
That was a cool end. So I'm wondering if that comedic actor, Paul Rudd, that uses the same thing that we do for our podcast,
Someone
lets
told
it
me who
go
it was.
all the way through.
And I cannot remember. I can't even remember a movie he was in.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh,
I love hearing
yes.
your voice.
If I had my phone, I would try to look him up right now.
Is there a way that I can send you that clip of Greg that we've been talking about and we play it through the ear holes? Or no, not today.
Not right now.
We're going to do it another time.
If we had planned in advance. Yes.
How late did you stay up is what I want to know.
Not that late.
Okay.
Maybe 3.
Oh, okay. I think I was probably up till 1. Touching my little pussy.
Were you scared because Rafe wasn't there?
Oh,
You
yeah.
were alone?
The second I walked into the room, I go, how am I supposed to do anything without a man? I said, where is this guy? He's
Hello?
supposed to be here. I walked in and audibly go, hello? No, I'm just kidding. I had my girlfriend, Beth Franks, in my side room.
Is that what happened when you walked in?
Yeah.
What do you mean your side room?
Beth and I have doors that open up in our room to each other's rooms.
You have separate rooms?
Separate rooms, doors on my side, which, by the way, did you notice all the handles here at McDonald's? The handles in our room have the McDonald's logo on them.
Huh?
Yeah. And they've got McDonald's paintings up and down this hall at the Hyatt Lodge, Oak Brook. Up and down the hall.
Huh?
Yeah. They're gold. This is the best part. Gold, what I would say, brass. Like nice brass, like heavy. Like, you know, on this table I'm at, it's like, holy fuck, this is like.
I don't even know how they got that table to weigh that much.
It's because these around, I'm talking about the table that's holding up my microphone in the hotel, which also has some medicated chest rub on it if anybody is interested.
Chest rub.
It is a chest rub. Excuse me. Hey, does anybody have any chest rub? I am just really, really needing a medicated chest rub right now.
Chest rub.
Chest rubs roasting on an open fire.
Let me ask you this.
Hit me.
Is the stuff that you're talking about in the hotel really from McDonald's, like it was repurposed, or it just looks like it's from McDonald's?
It has to be from McDonald's and repurposed. Or the person that started this megalomaniac complex that has the longest hallways. If I'm mad about walking, imagine how Libbie feels, okay? Someone who has a condition that makes it difficult for
Barbara,
them to walk.
I got rigor mortis in my legs and I can't walk up and down a hallway.
Barbara, she's got rigor mortis. She's got all sorts of disorders. It's just really...
I got high blood pressure in my legs and in my feet.
I got high blood pressure in my body.
I got lower sugar pressures everywhere.
Oh, God. Yes. Ooh, yes. I love hearing your voice.
What I do when I get out of the elevator is I sort of dissociate.
You go back to the worst memory in your life.
I go back to the worst memory of my life, and it's actually better than me walking down that hallway.
It is brutal. I got lost yesterday trying to get in the car to go to Alinea. I walked out, walked to the wrong place. I mean, this hotel, look it up online, guys. I mean, the place is freaking huge. It's like a fucking mega church. I feel like Joel Osteen's about to come out of the fucking lake in the middle of this place.
Walking on water.
Oh.
No, he'll say, everyone needs a slinky.
He'll say,
You know what we need on the soundboard is a voice sound effect. So when I go, oh, it sounds like I'm in a church.
oh, for sure. We need to add a couple Jesus things on there. Now, yesterday was Easter, and we all planned on going down in the Hyatt Lodge, Oak Brook place to the nice Easter brunch. Well, let me tell you something, guys. Ooh, had to pause my story because I just spotted a Breva on the nightstand. That's my bit, guys. That's my bit right there.
Loves it.
Harry, let's do a lesion check-in. Show us your lesion. Just roll over. Oh, it's a lot better. Well, it's just not bright red. Can I tell y'all something? After we had breakfast yesterday, we got back to the room and Rafe goes, so are we not going to talk about Harry's lesion? He goes, I wanted to let you go for it because you're the lesion expert. But are we not going to talk about it? Dude, I was dying.
Did he say lesion?
He said lesion. He claimed me as the world's greatest lesion expert. That's me, Tina Dybal, comma, comedian, comma, podcaster,
lesion expert,
comma, lesion expert.
I don't think I have any lesions on me right now. Speaking of lesions.
You don't have one?
I don't think so.
That's good. You're in a good spot.
Got lots of bruises, but not lesions.
I do have an alarming amount of bruises as well.
Well, you're packing and stacking.
Packing and stacking.
Nice shaved leg there. Nice
it
black
is.
sock.
It's not even close to shaved. What is wrong with black socks? What's up with you and your cronies liking white socks?
Hey,
who likes white socks?
I got a pair of black socks out to wear today, so I'm not saying anything. I'm just noting. It's kind of like if you see a lesion, say something. If you see a black sock, say something.
I stay wearing black socks.
Black socks make my feet smell funk.
Really? Do you think it's the color? It's just kind of it's a chemical compound that happens when it mixes with your feet.
It's a compound where bacteria growth is excessive in what's it called? Black sock.
Well, I think black socks.
Speaking of excessive bacterial growth,
my pussy is.
I told this story on my podcast last night. Harry, the guy over there on the bed, took his fingers and did a good swipe of my buttock area and vag area.
What do you mean a swipe?
Just went.
Well, he was getting a sample
On my pant, outside of my pant.
Oh, isn't that fun?
And
how'd you feel?
I hated it because then he said, "Whoa."
It was stinky.
It was amplified.
He said it didn't smell like fish, but it was amplified.
So it was like the tangy sour pussy kind of thing. Oh, I was reading about so let me pull this article up so we can really get into vaginal health. Because we know I'm a lesion expert.
Well, while you're pulling that up, just know that I'd been sitting on my vag all night, eating fish, first of all.
Oh, this was last night?
Yeah. This is after I came in last night.
From the craziest restaurant experience I've ever had in my life. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just thinking about all those foods that I ate last night.
Yeah. You hated it, didn't you?
Wanted to kill myself.
Yeah. Why'd you come?
Why so many fish dishes?
Come on, dude. They had a plate that had a fish smoking a cigarette on it.
The presentation, beautiful. Everything was great. I just don't like fish. And when they brought out for the first course the little tiny spoon, I told Beth, that's a fucking caviar spoon. And I was immediately alarmed.
What did you think of that first dish? Didn't like it? Or it was too much?
When I put that in my mouth, I didn't know how to not look like I was about to throw up.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I gagged at the first 4 meals. Because I don't like fish. And I didn't want to be disrespectful, so I kept trying to eat it.
Yeah.
And I'm still visibly shaken.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. You're like shook.
I tried to eat the stuff.
Yeah.
And then I started to feel really bad because I'm like, I'm a trash person with a palate that cannot be expanded. I loved everything about the place. I just don't like fish.
Yeah. What about the other things that weren't fish? Or did the fish ruin it so badly? Are you one of those people?
And I don't like truffle either.
Oh, yeah. So there was a couple truffle things.
And then there was a truffle thing that the guy said, take it down in one bite like an oyster. And I don't like oysters. So he stood there waiting for me to down it. And I said,
oh, fuck.
Turn around.
And then you went.
And I tried to take it and
was it the potato one or was it the
potato one
that was like the dumpling?
The potato one with the
potato ole from Taco
the
John's.
sauce that stayed in my mouth for the next 3 to 4 hours. And then Beth did the whole thing and goes, you better take it. I did. And I tried. I really tried.
Beth hates truffles too. I'm not joking you. The second I took that little mug, that little thing, because I don't know if any of you guys have seen the menu, but this meal that we had last night at Alinea in Chicago, Chelsea and I, this is how it all started. It had to have been, it was in December. It was when we were there for Zanies. Mm-hmm. Chelsea asked every single one of us, me, Libbie, Beth, hey, there's this place. They do like a 13-course thing. There's no menu. They just like come and bring you the shit. And it's like crazy. Like this chef he's like one of the most widely regarded MFs in the world. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest. You give me all those ingredients, I'm like, let's make a skillet. I'll say, let's get some potatoes cut up, kind of mix everything together and make a skillet, because that is my knowledge. I might be able to throw in an arugula every now and then.
Arugula.
I might be able to throw in something nice. Do you guys have any water in here?
There's that $3 water over there. We got some Gatorade and Coke in the fridge.
Oh, those aren't $3. Those are free.
It says $3.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks because I drank every single one.
Yeah, it's $3 for people that aren't like exclusive members.
Okay, well, then I might as well go ahead and
You can have that one.
put in my resignation now. Let me move this heavy thing.
I've got the menu here.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Hold on, let me grab my water.
Caviar. You
go ahead.
While you're grabbing your water, I'll do the first course.
Yeah.
Caper, lemon, onion, egg, brioche.
It was a brioche foam, so they foamed it up to make it taste like bread.
Now, originally, when Chelsea told me about this restaurant, and I originally said no, because I was like, first of all, it's anywhere from $500 to $700 a person. I thought, that's a day's work salary. I'm not interested. I don't like food that much. And she described it to me as a place where they make things that look like other things. So it could be a watermelon, but it's actually fish. That's what I was envisioning.
Well, I mean, that is kind of what that first dish was like.
I mean, what was it supposed to look like?
Oh, it wasn't supposed to. I think it was more like, because they had those little gels in there, and in each tiny. So let me lay this first dish out, because it was fucking mind blowing for everyone there. They bring out this little dish that looks like an ashtray, and it has these little caviar things on it, and then it has this foam that almost looks like, you know, when you think, hey, I'm a barista. I could be a barista at home and I'd like to make great coffee. And you got that little foamy thing and you put it into your milk and it froths everything up with your coffee. It almost looked like that. So it was like this foam that I guess they put, it's brioche. That's a bread. So they put that in there. And then there were these clear little crystal gel looking things. In each one of those, they put a different flavor. So capers. And I'm doing this because I'm assuming
you're injecting it.
I'm injecting it. So capers in one. What's the other thing on there?
Let me get my glasses, Barbara.
Barbara, let me get my glasses.
Caper, lemon, onion, egg, and brioche.
Okay. Yeah. So the lemon squeezed into one of those. In these clear things, I looked at that dish at first and I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck am I looking at? What it reminded me of originally, when Rafe went for it to eat it, I was kind of like, damn, because there was gelatin in it. And there's a Russian dish called holodets. It's like a basically,
Holiday Inn?
Yeah, and if you need it quickly, it's called Holodets Express. Holiday Inn Express. But there's this dish in Russia that when Rafe, me, our friends Tim and Annie went to Russia in 2018 to visit my family / just do a bomb-ass trip in St. Petersburg. There's this dish called it's basically meat pie, gelatin meat pie. So what they do is they cook this meat and then it's gelatin. They use the fat. I think they put some kind of gelatin thing in it. So you're looking at a clear pie with meat at the bottom of it in a pie form. And it's generally served with like a horseradish sauce, whatever. And that was the second course of the meal that Rafe and I had there. It was caviar on buttered bread, and like he bit into it. He was already sick, and Rafe is just not he doesn't like those kind of. I get it. The gelatin meat pie is just. It's disgusting on its own, but I have a love for it, I think, because I have guilt that my family still lives in Russia and I don't live there anymore, and they are secretly all kind of mad at us that we live in the United States. They're not mad at us, but they are kind of like, huh, what the fuck? Like, you left us in the dust, and it's kind of like, huh, what the fuck? No, we didn't. Just trying to have a better life.
Well, if they pull themselves up by their bootstraps, they can come over here.
That's all they have to do, and I've told them that for years. Even when I was 8 years old, I said, all y'all got to do is pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can sit here and yip yap with me all day. Wah, 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 I can't come over.
I'm in Russia, it's cold.
I'm in Russia, it's cold. When I walk in the room, I be jeweled. I can still say I don't remember. We are the stupidest people in the world. I literally can't believe people listen, our comedy,
I know.
And listen to our podcasts. And let me tell you, I mean, we're in the millions on Slop City.
I just want to say something again. This restaurant was a complete and wonderful experience. I can look at it and appreciate it for what it is. Taste. I don't want to be disrespectful. There was one or two things I liked. It's just not my thing. I was glad I got to experience because I looked around and thought, my God, all these people in here are cool. They like different flavored things.
I like trying stuff, no matter what. You're looking around. You're thinking all these people are cool.
I'm like, wow,
cultured.
they're holding their drinks nicely. They're drinking their wine, their different wines, and we also got the wine pairing, which I didn't know at the time was an added bonus. Cost a couple $100 extra.
Yeah.
And I told the man, not knowing that everything had been paid for, oh, I'm okay. I don't need any more of your drinks. Had I known that it was already paid for, package deal beforehand, which is incredible. You go to a restaurant you've already paid, unheard of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were bringing them to Rafe, and on the first course, I was like, "Yeah, hand me that champagne." And then by like the third, I was like, I can't be drinking all this." I said, "I need to enjoy the food. I can't be lit up here."
Yeah, I did lots of bits with the servers.
Yeah.
One of the bits was, "Ain't y'all got no chicken fingers?"
Yes.
And the next one, he brought me out the most delicious chicken I've ever had in my life.
Well, guess what they did at the bar that we went to afterwards?
Chelsea told me.
They brought chicken fingers.
I think they did that for me.
They did do it for you. They literally go, "Hey, where's that fucking big bitch with that fat ass? These are for her."
I felt so bad. I couldn't go there because I had so much truffle taste in my mouth. I couldn't get it out. I was tired and I wanted to come back and see Harry. So I was done for the night. I'm not a drinker, so.
No, for sure. I understand. We honestly didn't hang out there too long. Like, we kind of just farted around, laughed. It was fun. To be honest, I would say, and we all agreed on this, doing those two things in one night is a bit too much because there's so much flavor in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then you go to that place and they do like all these crazy, crazy fucking cocktails. They've got fucking booze in that mug that's like from 1800.
I saw some of the stuff they made in there because I looked it up and just really interesting presentations and flavor.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that the chef, Grant, I don't know what his last name
Chef
is. Chef Boyardee can take a flavor explosion, but then not just have the food, have an entire table of things that are on theme. The duck theme was my favorite, of course.
Yeah, it was cute.
And it said he was taking us back in time to when people hunted for their food.
Yeah. I was like,
very regal.
God. Oh, God, this is where they kill us. Here it comes.
Had a nice candle.
We're all getting killed. Oh, and the plates were adorable.
Oh, they were incredible. The little pheasants on there.
Yeah, a little green. So I would like to get a clarification on this. Is there a difference between a pheasant and a duck? Or is a pheasant a fancy name for a duck?
A pheasant is a pheasant.
Oh, they're separate breeds. They're separate breeds of birds.
A pheasant's more like a turkey-looking thing. It's a bigger bird.
Just want to Google one, check them out.
And you might say, hey, I'm getting confused between a peasant and a pheasant. A peasant's just a poor person like me.
Yeah, pheasant's just some bird.
My favorite thing was dessert, not just because I'm obsessed with sugar, but they came in, the smoke started coming out of the walls.
I got video of that. It was fucking nuts.
Smoke starts pumping out of the walls. Music comes on. We got lights. We got the head chef, Grant, coming down, throwing ice cream everywhere.
He was walking around like holding this big mixing bowl going like this, putting it on this big yellow tarp they put on all of our tables.
It was a cauldron of dehydrated ice cream.
It was nuts. You want to know the worst part about all of this is that after all these incredible meals and everything we had, I got back to the hotel room. Beth and I went and smoked a joint. Then we came back to the room, and I got a little hungry. Don't know why. Shouldn't have been. Had enough food for the week. And you know what I did? I opened up my little lunchbox and had my tortillas in there and some tuna and a rice package you'd normally warm up in the microwave. But here at Hyatt Lodge, Oakbrook, they don't have microwaves in the room. So what did I do? I opened up my 90-second pack of rice, just plopped it on there, made a couple nice little wraps with my little low-carb tortillas, tuna, 90-second brown rice that was not microwaved, hot sauce, salt and pepper, rolled up 2 of those fuckers, and then I ate some smooth ranch cashews. Ate about, I'd say, half a cup of those, which is way more than you need in a day. Sat there, and I was just like, why did I eat this? And I'm like, I know why, because I'm high. But also,
I was starving when I got back. Ate a Lunchable.
Ooh, what kind? Pizza?
Turkey.
Ooh, yes.
Starving. Never been so hungry in my life.
I love Lunchables. Yeah, I mean, last night was an experience for the books. Listen, Libbie, I don't want you to feel bad about it. It's like, it is a lot of, there's a lot going on there.
A lot of flavors.
A lot of flavors, a lot of stuff. It is, and I'm not saying I'm some expert on it. I'll try everything once. I have a few things I like. It's funny to me that fish was not your favorite. The one where it was like the tail and you take it and you...
Oh, they didn't even bring that to me.
That was my favorite.
They didn't bring it to me because then the guy said, I noticed that you're not really eating your food. What's going on? And I said, sir, I don't like fish, but I especially don't like it when it's presented in a way where it looks like it looks when it was alive. Mm-hmm. So he brought me and Beth, because Beth was feeling the same. He didn't bring us the fish tail sticking out of a cup. He brought us... What did he bring us?
He brought us a fish stick.
He brought
That's
us
what it was.
A fish stick with some tartar sauce.
Yeah, and the tartar had Kraft on the label, so you know it wasn't house made.
I don't know what he brought us, but it was something different.
Some chicken thing, I remember.
Was that the chicken one?
Yeah. Well, and you guys don't like fish, so that is understandable.
Yeah,
I get that.
What I really respected about this restaurant is I was looking on the website, and it was like, look, we don't know what to tell you, but we don't make substitutions because that affects the integrity of our meals. So if you don't like something, maybe you should skip. Lactose intolerant? Sorry, baby, we use milk in everything.
Oh, yeah.
You don't like gluten or wheat? Sorry, we're putting it in there. Mm-hmm. And we're not changing it.
You want butter? Or you don't want butter? That ain't happening. There's more butter in that meal than I'll have the rest of my life, top to bottom. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about, I don't want to eat again because I'm so fucking full right now because I was already full and then I jammed my fucking belly full of those dumb little trashy wraps I made. So I am so full right now to the point that I may walk over that balcony and just vomit. I could barf.
Well, I respect it. I mean, it's kind of like somebody coming to our comedy show and saying, hey, I like to hear jokes about long titties, pussies, but I don't want to hear any jokes about this, this, and this.
Plaque psoriasis.
You get what you get. And because if we're to alter our show just for you, that infects the integrity of our show.
That infects
and
the integrity of our show.
So I understand what Chef Grant is doing. What I'm thinking is I can make a white trash alinea where I come out and throw a fish stick at someone. If they don't like it, I say, hey, what's wrong with you? You don't have any class or taste. Uh-huh. Or maybe my next one is I'll put a hamburger bun inside of my underwear. And I'll come to each table and I'll say, grab a hamburger bun out of my pants. That's your next meal.
You walk up to them and open your sweatpants and say, grab a hold.
Because it reminded me of, there was one where they had a beautiful duck centerpiece with flowers in it. Well, the guy came over, grabbed the flowers and said, hey, get that bag out of there. There's biscuits in there. Mm-hmm. And we got the bag and grabbed some biscuits with the most delicious blueberry jam. And the other one, the man kept saying, it's something in French. And I kept saying, what is it? And then he finally goes, duck liver.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I go, oh, cool.
That part was very difficult for me. And like I said, I'll try anything all the time. But that part, because we got 2 compotes with it. The duck liver one, mm-hmm. and then the other one. And Rafe was like, hey, this can be a lot for people. Like the white one, the duck liver one. I was a little scared. I wouldn't say that I was nauseous, but like my stomach was kind of like, whoa. Like just imagining eating certain things. Like there's like that thing they do with a lamb or a duck or something when they're like young and they kill them and people eat them. I can't eat that. It makes me too sad. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't want to know.
Yeah, it's not. Either way, that one was a bit jarring for me. But boy, Greg was so excited about that biscuit and the jam. This motherfucker was talking about it at the bar afterwards. He goes, oh, yeah, that biscuit. Oh, I cut mine up into 6 pieces so I could have 3 bites with each jam, whatever. I was like, holy shit, man.
Your pants are right there if you want
them. But yeah, just all around crazy experience.
I'll read a couple more of the ingredients. Atlantic black sea bass.
Oh, that was the smoked fish.
Ashed onion dip, which was cool.
That was nuts.
And mint.
Yeah, because they served. So this plate was one of my favorites, just in terms of style and all that. I was like, oh, this is so fucking cool. They brought us out a plate that had a fish smoking a cig on it. I have a picture of it. And then they brought us out this dip. We opened this bag of potato chips. They were like, we would like you to open this bag of potato chips now. It's got a tobacco scent. When I tell you that I sat and huffed and smelled that bag until the point that I couldn't get it anymore, I looked over at Libbie immediately because it smelled like my very first cigarette I ever had. The way the cigarette smelled, oh my God, I was fucking losing it. Come on over. You're good. I don't give a fuck.
You're good.
But it was just...
They had a vintage ashtray with a dip in it.
So we were basically dipping our cigarette potato chips into this.
But on top of the dip, they had some kind of something that looked just like cigarette ash.
Yep.
And it was incredible.
Well, it was real ash because I said, Rafe goes, it's supposed to look like that. And then he dips one up. He goes, whoa, that's on fire. He goes, hey, said something. And I'm like, that's an active coal. Y'all need to be careful. Don't burn the roof of your mouth.
Wow, we didn't have any active coals on ours.
Oh, there was an active coal for sure. I was like, oh, man, we better call up a miner and have him come up here. I bet he'll love that.
Now, Whitney Cummings was there with us.
Yes.
And before we even got there, Whitney was like, be on your best behavior. Turn your phones off. Then we get in there and we're all scared and quiet. Then apparently she gets a text from the owner, Grant, saying, "Hey, get rowdy."
Yeah.
So then we got rowdy.
Oh, yeah, it was a blast. Whitney is wild, and I love her.
Wild.
Looked
absolutely beautiful.
Oh, God, she looked fucking stunning. But it's like, dude, I love her. She shared this story because there was a drink at this cocktail place that we went to afterwards. And guys, I'm talking so in depth about all of this and stuff because it was fucking crazy. This is like the first time that you go to a nice restaurant and you're like, what the fuck? I remember the first time I ever had good meat. I'd been eating at Texas Roadhouse my whole freaking life, eating Igor's fucking steaks, and Igor's steaks are good, but it's like there's a lot of yelling that goes in to Igor cooking anything because my mom's coming out, Igor, grab them off the grill. Everyone's yelling. Things are crazy. I'm not saying my parents' food wasn't good. My parents' food growing up when they would cook was great. My mother's a great cook. My dad is a mediocre cook, but boy, can he grill some stuff. And he'll eat a raw onion with it if you ask him to. He loves raw onions. I talked about that on the podcast, and Igor texted me, I think, one time and was like, why are you laughing at me eating raw onion? like I'm the psycho.
What are you doing? My name is Kevin.
Get away from me. My name is Kevin. I love America.
Give me raw onion and the head of an eagle.
I cannot get over calling our buddy Josh McNew last week, and he answers the phone. He goes, in a Russian accent, he goes, what's up? I am American. Hey, what's up? I am American. Imagine me anytime I answer the phone, what's up? I am American. What a cool way to answer the phone.
And then did he say, I love Ronald Trump?
Oh, God. I love Ronald Trump. He is so good. He is good to this culture. Guy we met last night, Alex, I fucking knew he was Russian. I literally looked over. This guy that works, partnered with OnlyFans. I don't know. He works for them, owns part of it, something like that. Very nice guy named Alex. He was sitting across the table because at my table was me, Rafe, Chelsea, Greg. And then there was Beth and Libbie. And then there was another table with Whitney, her thing, Boo-Boo, Nick. And then Alex and this girl, Kim, who is a comedian. She was very sweet. She only stayed like halfway through the meal. So I was like, oh, this is great. Like, chill. She was able to get up and no one wanted to kill her.
Right.
But Alex, I looked over at him and I said to Greg, I go, that motherfucker's Russian. I said, I guarantee it. And he's like, you want me to go ask him? Go over there and ask him. Speaking Russian to him. Go over there. I said, Greg, shut the fuck up. I'm not going over there and asking him. I'm just telling you, that's a Russian motherfucker. And I know it. I can see it in his fucking eyes. And he goes, yeah, he does have a look. Greg, the half Czech guy, had no idea he was half Czech.
Half
by the
chick.
way. He is half chick magnet. But so that guy, Alex, at the end of the night, I think I just asked him, like when we were dropping them back off at their apartment after the drinks or whatever, I was like, where are you from? And he was like, oh, I'm from Moscow, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no fucking way, I'm from Belarus. And then we started speaking in Russian a little bit. And, he asked me if I speak Russian. And we
Did you guys hug each other?
Yeah, for sure. And we were spoken Russian the rest of the time. And I told him, I'm like, I came here when I was 2 or 1. I was very young when I came. He came over when he was 10. But yeah, we chit-chatted in Russian. And we were both like, ah! Like we were just excited.
Did anyone go, Srečna Nova Godina put?
No, but I did, as we were leaving, I go, Put! Screamed it.
Did you say, where is Putin?
I said, oh my God. No, I did say to him, I go, yeah, something about Russia and Putin's fucking crazy. And he was like, yeah. I was like, all right, good.
Then he's like, watch more porn, onlyfans.com.
And then he was like, God, we should do a roast of Putin on OnlyFans.
Then he was like, God, I got a lot of merchandise in here in the OnlyFans club. Do you want some?
Yeah, he's like, hey, come on. Did he have a lot of merch?
Oh, you didn't go in there.
I didn't go in the apartment.
Oh. Well, first we went in
Was it the OnlyFans building?
Headquarters.
Wow.
Went inside the little office. There were like 4 desks set up. I thought, wow, this isn't how I imagined headquarters. I go, hey, is that the desk where they ban all my post. And then I go, ha, 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 ha. And everybody's like, what's wrong with you?
They're like, why is she crying?
Then he took us in the back, and there was a bunch of merchandise back there. And I was like, I'll take a couple T-shirts. I didn't say anything. I was just like, please ask us what our size is.
Please give me a shirt.
And he didn't. Then we just walked around and looked at it. There was some nice stuff. And then he took us up to his apartment, which was really cool.
Loft style?
It was not, I don't know if it was loft style. It had a really cool ceiling, and they did a volcano, some sort of machine where it filled the balloon up with marijuana smoke. It was called Volcano something, and then you take the balloon. It's a tall balloon. They take the balloon off, then they go and suck in all the marijuana air.
Whoa. Were they coughing like crazy?
Not really.
Interesting. That seems like something to me like a bong, like a gravity bong or something like that. Never been higher in my life after smoking out of a
It was a weird thing. It was a big cylindrical balloon that just filled up, and then they just take it off of there.
Well, all I know is that if I was in that apartment with y'all, I would have walked right up to that headquarters desk. I would have taken my tit out and slopped it on the table and been like, yeah, I pretty much rotate between 50 to 65 fans on OnlyFans.
I wanted to say, hey, I'm in your top 5%, sir.
Wow. I'm in the top 19.
Really?
Which is not good.
You need to get that up.
I know. I do. I don't know how to do that.
You just
got
got to
Snapchat.
Show your pussy hole.
If the second I show my pussy hole on there, people are going to be coming from across the nation to see that thing.
To say, hey, what's that?
They're going to be like, is that a mole? I have a birthmark on my pussy, like a mole.
Well, that's
on
good.
One of my lips.
Well, you can never.
People still munch on it.
You can never say, hey, that's not my pussy.
Yeah. You put my pussy online? I know it in a second.
They'll zoom in like this. Keep zooming in.
Yeah. Next thing you know, they're in space. Next thing you know, they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But I did get a cocktail at the restaurant afterwards called In the Rocks, and it was basically an old-fashioned made with a Kansas City whiskey. So I told the girl, I was like, I have to have this. I'm from KC. And Whitney got a video of me doing it because it was literally in a big bowl. And then you like take this slingshot and slam it down and bust it open. And it's that's it. Like it's just
for some reason when you're putting your hand behind that mic, it's making a feedback.
Oh, interesting.
Keep it in front of the mic.
Keep my hand in front of the mic.
Try it again.
How's this?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's good.
Immediately puts hands behind.
I don't know what was happening.
Maybe it's my vape.
It was going, whoa, 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 whoa.
I did basically though, the cocktail that I did, once I slammed it, I looked at it, I was like, that's for you, Mahomes. That's for you, Travis Kelce. And I was like, that's for you, Frank Clark. Just kidding. Fuck you. You left our team. That is not for you, Frank Clark. He's gone. So we're a bit sad about it. But it was.
Oh, he just takes a win and leaves?
Takes 2 W's and leaves. No, I think that they probably let him go because of money.
I just want to let you know, as a fellow elderly person, your flashlight is on and has been on for several minutes. Today's show sponsored by Medicated Chest Rub. You're ever feeling a little down or just need a pick-me-up? Maybe you got a chest cold. Take some Medicated Chest Rub from Walgreens or CVS. Rub it on your chest and you'll feel better.
You looking to get closer to God? Put on a medicated chest rub and that thing will lift you straight up to the skies and get you closer to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Oh, maybe you got a lesion on your lip and can't find a chapstick.
Lesion check-in.
Go ahead and use it. Medicated chest rub. Have you ever tried psoriasis or chest rub on your psoriasis?
I have not. Think it would very much so aggravate it. Think it would make it a little upset. I've been using this new cream. It's called salicylic acid body for rough.
Salicylic.
It's salicylic acid for like rough skin and bumps. But basically, it's supposed to take these plaques and kind of break them down slowly but surely. So they are breaking down a little bit, I will say that. That's the hope, because I am so terrified of using steroids, so I don't want to use them.
Steroids puff you up, make you rage, make you want to fight people.
Yeah.
Make you want to punch a guy on the street that says, "Who told you to do this?
Why did you do this to me?" I can't even fucking believe that happened.
Well, we got 15 minutes. You got plenty of time for you to tell this whole story.
Okay. So, we are walking out of the Vic, the venue that we did in Chicago, and we're all getting ready to go get some devil dogs, okay? So, we've got me, Libbie, Chelsea, Greg, our buddy Steve, his wife Lucia. I don't think we had Beth. Oh, wait, you weren't there, were you, Libbie? You were in the car. So it was basically everybody minus Libbie and Beth. So we're getting ready to cross the crosswalk. And I mean, the streets of Chicago are pumping, dude. People are out at bars. People are drinking. People are walking to their library gig. People are walking with books. I mean, you got every kind of person in the world there. So we're walking out of the venue, going to get some devil dogs. Just wanted a few little quick hot dogs. These fans from across the street wearing muumuus, so sweet. They were fucking awesome. See Chelsea and scream at the top of their fucking lungs. And they run across the street. And they're chit-chatting with Chelsea. We're all kind of standing around, Greg and Rafe and whatever, kind of just looking around, making sure things are okay. All of a sudden, this, we'll call him an assailant, man in an orange shirt who is visibly drunk, and I would say visibly coked out, walks up like this with his eyes. Shut up. He's basically yelling at all of us for being too loud. It's like, who the fuck are you? Are you the fucking mayor of this neighborhood in Chicago right next to Cheesy's Grilled Cheese, motherfucker? Are you the mayor? Because if you are, you're doing a bad job, brother. You're wearing an orange shirt. Your eyes are crossed. You are so drunk. This assailant runs across. So here's the crosswalk. Crosswalk's here. We're at a grid, okay? We're getting ready to cross. We're getting ready to cross this way. Fans come from that way. Guy comes diagonally, running in the middle of the street, screaming, yelling, almost gets hit by a car, does one of those cool turns a real drunk guy does when they almost get hit by a car and they don't, because they don't notice that it happened. And he just walks over and starts screaming at us. Shut up, blah, blah, blah. And then we were like, oh my God, like calm down or something like that. And then this guy all of a sudden starts yelling at one of the girls and was like, don't tell her to shut up. He starts sticking up for someone in our group.
Well, because the girl said, shut up. Like she couldn't believe Chelsea was there. Like, oh, shut up. You're here? So, of course, he's drunk. He misinterprets.
Oh, yeah, and he starts saying, don't tell her to shut up. Don't tell her to shut up. And he's so fucking drunk, and he's just in the way, moving his fucking arms around all willy-nilly. Like, I mean, you could tell this guy definitely lost his cell phone. He is just disheveled, running around like wild. And so he's fucking annoying me and yelling and whatever, and we're just trying to go get some fucking dogs. So Rafe and I go... Me, Rafe, our buddy Steve, and Lucia go to cross the street and go get dogs while Chelsea's chit-chatting with fans. She's got Greg there. It's all good. And then this motherfucker, like, is in my way while I'm getting ready to walk. And I just kind of said, like, quietly, not quietly, but I was just like, hey, excuse me. Something like that. Like,
very polite.
Hey, excuse me. Get the fuck out of my way.
Right.
But I didn't say get the fuck out of my way. I just go, all right, excuse me. And something sets this motherfucker off. So I'm walking forward like a normal person in the crosswalk.
Put you just on there on your own because this is good.
And all of a sudden, So we're walking forward. This mug, this assailant in the bright orange shirt comes around and he's facing me while I'm walking. He's like, oh, yeah, you know what I would let you say, excuse me, but she fucking bumped into me or something stupid like that. Losing his fucking mind. And he is going and just so drunk, walking backwards in a crosswalk, like, what are you doing? And I'm looking at this guy like, I might have to kick him down, but he's so fucked up that I could seriously injure him. Because it was like, it was the kind of drunk this man was that, sorry, let me clarify. This boy, this child.
How old was he?
He was 25 to 30 max. Just fucked out of his mind. And I was like, I'm going to have to fucking like kick this guy down and get him the fuck out of my face. And there's all these fans around. There's all these fucking people around. And Rafe was watching him. Rafe's 100% sober. I probably had like, I don't know, 3 drinks over the course of the night. Nothing crazy. And Rafe said the guy's fist was balled up. Like he was going to fucking punch me. So Rafe levels this motherfucker in the middle of the street. Rafe just walks up and was like, all right, man, and just fucking like,
time to go. Time to go.
Yes, he did have that kind of vibe. It was like, all right, time to wrap this up. This is done. You're done. And Rafe fucking walks up and pushes this guy so fucking hard that he's like... I mean, just fucking, he is done for. And he falls, and we're kind of like, all right. And he's like, and he tries to get up. We're still in the crosswalk when this happens.
Oh, my God.
He is just laid out in the fucking street. And then we start to go walking. We're about to be done with the crosswalk and be on the street that Devil Dogs is on. This motherfucker comes up again. When Rafe pushed him, maybe punched him. I don't really know what he did. All I know is that this man went down with a full shirt, and when he got up to assail us again on the corner, his shirt was so ripped that it's like, dude, this guy's going to wake up tomorrow and be like, what the fuck happened to my favorite shirt? I mean, this whole part was ripped from the bottom. Somehow, you know how girls all have those cute shirts on where the t-shirt is up here and they got like the thing? That's pretty much what this guy's shirt was like. Just ripped to shreds.
What did his shirt say?
I don't even know. Had some weird colors on it. I didn't even pay attention. It was just bright orange, like construction worker bright orange. So he comes around to assail us, and he's screaming. Who told him to do this to me? Who told him to do this to me? Who told him to do this to me? He's losing it, man. And then he starts calling Rafe the N-word.
Oh, dear.
Over and over again. And he's going nuts. And I kind of pause and I look at this guy and I'm like, you good, kind of? And he looks at me and goes, why did he do this to me? Oh, God. And the worst part is there were like fans around too. A couple fans are all watching this go down like, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
So we're now butted up. I'm standing up on the curb. This motherfucker's down on the street screaming the N-word, screaming, who told him to do this to me? Who told him to do this to me? With his shirt ripped, eyes crossed and all. Just a total fucking drunk idiot. And he like had he took one of his arms to go punch Rafe or something. And then I grabbed that arm and pushed him like down. And then he goes to punch me, hits me like right here. He's so fucking drunk. And then like, I think Rafe fucking dropped his ass down again or something. And the guy is just, he is in space, if that makes sense. When he's on the ground, he's literally like, wow.
No, it's the who told him to do this to me.
Who told him to do this to me? Like acting like it was an attack, like it was a planned attack. It's like, honeys, you ran diagonally on a Saturday night in Chicago at 11 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night. You're the problem.
And the funniest part to me is that Chelsea and Greg were with y'all, but didn't see any of this happen.
I was like,
there's no smoking in this room, ma'am.
Oh, sorry about that. Hit my vape pen in a linea last night.
Oh.
Libbie was so mad.
This is Tina. My lipstick is going to be the vape.
She looked at me like, Tina, you are not inconspicuous or something like that.
It was the most it would have been better if she just went like this. And then there was a point where someone wanted the weed pen. The most non-inconspicuous. Tina's like, hey, can I get the weed pen? Takes it, tries to secretly give it to Whitney, who then tries to secretly put it in her pocket. I mean, the whole thing was like the worst drug deal I've ever seen.
Let me wrap up this real quick story, and then I do want to say one more thing, and then we can be yeah, that was me in my dress that went like this. Just such an idiot. I have no regard for public spaces.
The fact that she thought no one could see the green light of her vape pen shining brightly through her dress as she bent over to smoke it out of there.
Yep.
So truly inspirational.
Oh, yeah, I do what I want, and that's what everyone should do. So after this guy, the assailant, gets pushed down a second time, after he punches me, Rafe punches him again and knocks his fucking ass down, and Rafe was fired the fuck up. Rafe hasn't been in a fight in I don't even know how long. And it was very sweet, though, because he was like, well, I mean, he was just getting so close to you. I thought he was going to, like, try to fucking punch you, whatever. And I was like, oh, my God, that's so romantic. I'm, like, hella fucking horny. Like, oh. You know, it was cool. But I also did have to calm down. And I did say something to Rafe at one point. I go, hey, I said, just stop. Let's just keep going to the hot dog place. Just move on. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's, you know, and he said something like, I don't need wrangled, like, while he was angry. And I was like, whoa, that's a hard motherfucker. Right then and there, I knew it. I was like, oh, he's in protector mode right now. He's trying to protect his baby.
Oh.
He's trying to protect his baby.
And he did.
Yeah. Well, and then he said, you know who fucking hurt me in that whole thing is Tina. Because I grabbed his fucking jacket at one point, and I was like, get the fuck over here. And someone else was doing something. Who knows? But Rafe's got a burn on his neck.
A scratch from you?
From me. Well, his jacket burned his skin.
Whoa, you were really pulling his ass.
Well, yeah. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Here's
what
the
are
thing.
you doing?
Rafe doesn't need wrangling.
He don't need wrangling.
He's a wrangling man.
The worst part was he was wearing a Wrangler jacket when he said it. I'm not joking. Wearing a Wrangler jacket when he goes, I don't need wrangled. So, yeah. And Steve was our lookout, and we thought basically that this man was going to come try to run back into the hot dog place and assail us, but what Steve said he did is look around and then run across the street as fast as he can to the bus station, to the CTA. And he, like, hopped the fucking thing, probably fell. I mean, this guy, I wonder what he was thinking when he woke up. Because that motherfucker's got road rash like a bitch. Probably bruised, too.
I'm dead.
There's no way he woke up and was like, time for my smoothie. There's just no way.
His favorite shirt was ripped.
Oh, he wore it on a Saturday night. You think he didn't like that shirt? He was out fucking bumping, trying to get pussy, trying to get dick, whatever he does. He was out trying to fucking party. Maybe he's asexual. Maybe he was just out with his buddies, you know?
Where were his buddies when he's out there assailing people?
Clearly nowhere to be found. Someone said that he was screaming at the bouncer outside of the bar that he ran over to us from. I mean, what a fucking turd.
Alcohol's a motherfucker, isn't it? It just tells you to do stuff for no reason.
The guy was out of his fucking gourd. I just wish I got to see him drunkenly look around and just start running
at
to the
top
train.
Speed.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know where he is. I want to hear from him.
Yeah, if anyone has a buddy in Chicago that is what I would say of Hispanic descent, and
Has
a bright orange shirt,
that's
maybe
ripped up.
maybe got a ripped shirt on Saturday night in what area of Chicago were we in? South Chicago or north?
The north side.
Okay, so we were on the north side. If you got a buddy in the north side of Chicago who's wearing an orange shirt on Saturday night, April 8th, let us know. We want to talk to him. Here's the best part, though. Chelsea didn't see any of that. So I texted her and said, let me find my text because it is so funny. Rafe and I were in the car driving back to the hotel. And I texted her and said,
I got scared when you called her because she just is going, what? What are you talking about? Huh?
She was so confused, and we were texting her or whatever about this guy. And we were kind of still processing it because it was just a lot. There were fans. We were trying to talk to people. We're trying to get a hot dog. I mean, like when someone fucks up my trying to get a hot dog, that just throws me off. So this is what I said. Chelsea texted us and was like, hey, y'all want to be a part of the nose waxing vlog when we get back to our hotel or nah? And I go, yes, we're on our way back and brought the guy Rafe leveled. And Chelsea goes, perf. I said, he's actually pretty cool once you get to know him, even though he punched me. She goes, wait, huh? I'm confused, LMAO. I said, the guy that Rafe leveled. She goes, when? I said, the guy that Rafe punched. She goes, when did he do that? Tonight? Did I miss that? That's when I called her because I was like, what? How do you not even know?
Yeah, she was, huh? What are you talking about? And I got real scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what happened?
Oh, it was feisty, but we're all good. Okay, I got one more thing I want to tell about last night.
Okay.
So after we do that thing in the kitchen where we all go get our little dish and we're walking back, I walked to go into the bathroom and we're getting ready to go back to the dining area. Whitney comes in with me and she's like, I gotta pee. So, or whatever, like I'm gonna hit this weed pen. I don't think she even peed. But I sit down on the toilet and I'm wearing a romper. So it's like, I don't have a bra on, nothing. I just take my tits out and I'm like sitting on the toilet with Whitney Cummings, who I met an hour before. And we're laughing and chit-chatting and she literally looks at my tits and she goes, I don't mean to be like, whatever, but like, oh my God, your tits are incredible. And then she goes, I wanted those nipples. She was pointing at my nipples. She goes, those are the nipples that I wanted. She gets her phone out and just starts taking, I go, are you taking a picture of my tits? She goes, yeah. I was dying laughing. And then we're leaving the restaurant because she's like saying like my tits, my nipples were the size nipples that she wanted because I got big tits, small nips. Okay. Most people know that. We're getting ready to leave the restaurant and Whitney's showing my tits to Chelsea like, look at these things. Like an hour later.
Chelsea's like, I know.
She's like, yeah, dude, it's wild. Tiny nipples. We're all just laughing. I was just like, what a hilarious, weird ending to the night.
When she says she wanted them, did she have a boob job?
And yeah, that's what she was trying to say. She's like, she goes, those are the nipples I wanted.
At one point in the dinner, I look over, Whitney Cummings has her tit out.
In a linea.
While people are just over there eating, having a good time, coming from France or Germany, wherever those people were from over there.
Yep, just had her freaking little tit out.
And she can do that because she's Whitney Cummings. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get away with it. First of all, if I got my tit out, my tit would be below the table and no one would see it. Would be the biggest reason.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tina is texting while we're podcasting. I guess we're going to have to shut it down.
All right.
How weird it must be for Harry. He can't hear any of the sound effects.
No. So he's just sitting here thinking we're being totally silent.
So when we're singing and stuff, he can't actually hear the song we're singing too. And It probably sounds like absolute garbage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It sounds great.
Oh, God.
Oh, you recorded that? That's funny.
Would you like me to turn on the song and we can make a song up as we leave?
I think that's great. Put it on.
We are done for the day. Yeah, we are done for the day. Yeah.
Walking through the streets of Chicago. Yeah. I take a diagonal turn. I'm ready to punch someone in North Chicago.
North Chicago. Who told you to do that? Who told you to do that?
Why did he do this to me?
Why did he do this to me? Yeah. I ripped my favorite orange shirt and then I ran across the street.
Got punched by a guy that looks like a linebacker.
In the streets of Chicago. Yeah.
Hell yeah. We are the dumbest fucking people in the world. So, again, this episode was sponsored by Medicated Chest Rub.
Medicated chest rub. Get yourself some medicated chest rub at CVS or qualifying pharmacy.
Think that's going to do it for us today. Coming to you live from Chicago Hyatt Lodge, Oak Brook, Illinois, everybody.
Oh, we got a real crowd instead of a fake crowd. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good day, and we love you. And cut.
Ding.